My favorite books in this whole January release this year are the ones for our youngest readers. So let's take a look at what we have that's new for our babies and young toddlers. This 4-book board book series is great. This one is called Make a Noise. There is also Jump Around, Count to 5, and See a Rainbow. But they're really fun. These, if you can kind of see, they're different levels here when you turn the pages. I have read this one and the Jump Around one no less than 20 times, and we've had it for about a week now. So as you can see, not a lot of words per page, gets the kids interacting with it. Super, super fun. So my 17-month-old has gotten to where he can say these sounds, which is great because it's getting him talking and getting him more words in his vocabulary. So great, easy for them to turn and interact with. So there's also Jump Around. This one is another one of our favorites. So jump goes frog. Can you jump too? So getting them to move around and everything. And then we have See a Rainbow and also Count to 5. We have a new Lift the Flap, and I know some parents get a little bit scared when they say lift the flap when it comes to the young ones, but these are super sturdy. This is our little Lift and Look Woods. We also have Garden, and these are really fun because the flaps are like built into the page, as you can see. So they are very sturdy. They're not as likely to get torn off or ripped off when they're reading. So fun for them to interact with and see what's coming next, find things that are on the page, a sweet little story in both of these books as they're going along as well. We have 3 others of these. This is the newest one. This is Baby's very first truck book. So as you can see, the wheels themselves move. My son likes to roll it across the ground. He thinks that's super fun. And this one is talking about Cat's delivery service. So it's going through, you know, what is he going to be delivering? And it kind of goes through that little process. So cause and effect are really big in this series, which is really good for the young ones to understand. Like, well, if I see this, this is going to happen. So it's a great way to teach them about those types of situations. We have 2 new That's Not My books. We have That's Not My Llama, and we have That's Not My Teddy, which this is another one that is out of the Usborne Vault. So again, if you want this one, make sure you get it before it goes out of stock again. So if you're not familiar with our That's Not My series, this is the reason I joined as a consultant. We love these books in our house. They're very sturdy board books. There's something to feel on each page. And this little mouse is going through and telling you, well, that's not my llama. Its fur is too tufty. And then he's on each page. Well, that's not my llama. Its patches are too smooth. And so something for kids to interact with on each page. The little mouse to find as they get a little bit bigger. And again, they're very sturdy, not going to get messed up. Very simple, very repetitive text so they can easily follow along. We have a new Nibbles book. Nibbles is super fun. This one actually happens to be a board book. This is Nibbles Numbers. So he's in his little crate and then he gets out and he is nibbling all the numbers. What is really cool about this book is that as they go through, there's the number that they're talking about is how many holes are on that page. So another way, if you're working on counting with your child, another way for them to get to count something and see the number. So another recognition. So a great way to work on counting in a very fun way with Nibbles. Another one from the Usborne Vault is our Touchy Feely Puppies. So lots of little things to feel on these pages on this one. And a little story about, well, most puppies like to sniff, but not this one. And so it's kind of talking about like he's trying to sniff a bee. Like, why would he sniff a bee? We don't want to do that. You know, most puppies like to play, but not this one. He's getting all wet. So he's probably not real happy about getting wet. So very fun, but again, something to interact with on each page. And what kiddo doesn't like dogs? And last but not least, again from the Usborne Vault, is Baby's very first musical playbook. So lots of different buttons over here to play with. And this is like the be all end all of our Baby's Very First series. So lots of things to interact with. You've got the finger trails, you've got things to feel, you've got the cutouts, you've got different levels, different textures. So lots of things to interact with on each page. There's even some flaps. Again, very sturdy, built into the page. Lots of things to interact with on each page. Super fun. The buttons can go along with each of the different pages. Things for them to find. Lots and lots of fun. So as you can see, lots of great things for our young readers. So I hope you found something to add to your wish list.